government intensifies monitoring and screening at all points of entry in response to Ebola outbreak. INEC devolves voter registration to ward level. And no fewer than 28 persons have been infected by a rare disease in Adamawa State. Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now details of the news. The Assemblies of God Church, Okwa District Oyibo 1 section of the Children Education Department visited the studios of the Rivers State Television on an excursion tour to give the children first-hand information on the workings of a television house. The tour guide, Reverend Elijah Amuche, said the visit follows the church's decision to nurture future leaders in all spheres of life. Take a look.
Reverend Amuche says the essence was to provide significant academic and personal benefits by supplementing classroom learning, increase motivation and engagement by making learning more vibrant and memorable as it offers cultural enrichment and build confidence. He said because children are future leaders, the Assemblies of God Church, Okwa District, has deemed it necessary to expose them to places where they can learn more things outside their own environment. The clergy commended Rivers State Television for their contributions in building the society through its standards of news reportage, programs, education, and agriculture.
The children are the leaders of tomorrow. Amongst the children, there will be powerful mass communication people that will make things happen in the society. So giving them this opportunity, it avails much in the mind of the people. So I want to appreciate Rstv for giving us this privilege.
Children were conducted round the news division, studio and engineering to see things themselves, and they shared their experience.
To the studio, I was also conducted to the newsroom, and I was also conducted to the engineering room.
I'm happy that I am in Rstv today because I've learned a lot.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm thanking my church, Assemblies of God, Okwa District, for giving us this opportunity to be here. And I'm also thanking the Rstv for allowing us to go to each department. I'm grateful.
The federal government said it had intensified monitoring and screening procedures at all points of entry in response to the ongoing outbreak of the Ebola virus disease in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Director of Port Health Services at the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Akman Nse, said that additional staff had been deployed to strengthen border surveillance in the country. Health authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo declared an outbreak of Ebola virus disease in Kasai province with 28 suspected cases and 16 deaths, including 4 health workers. According to the report, the outbreak comes at a time when much of Central and West Africa are grappling with overlapping health and humanitarian crises, including cholera, malnutrition, and population displacement. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has devolved the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise to ward level in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumeku, announced in a press statement that the decision is in line with the Commission's policy ahead of major off-cycle elections, as was done before the Edo and Ondo governorship elections in 2020 and more recently in Anambra State. According to him, physical registration, which has so far been conducted at the FCT office and 6 area council offices, will now be extended to all 62 wards of the territory, bringing the total number of centers to 69. The exercise will run from Monday 29 September to Wednesday 8 October 2025. Mr. Olumeku further disclosed that the online registration option for the FCT will be suspended on Monday 15 September 2025 to allow all online applicants to complete their registration in person. He stressed that online pre-registration without physical completion is invalid. Lagos state authorities have arrested 6 individuals for vandalizing a government barricade at Obalende roundabout, a key traffic point in the state. The arrested persons are Matthew Yohana, 19, Jinadu Aliyu, 33, then Yohana Adamu, 29, Ayuba James, 25, Umaru John, 19, and Yakubu Ali, 25. In a statement by the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Lagos State, Tokumbo Wahab said all arrested individuals will be prosecuted in line with the relevant extant law of the state. The arrest follows a series of similar enforcement actions in Lagos where authorities have sought to check vandalism and maintain public order. Earlier in the year, a similar crackdown was conducted where several youths were apprehended for damaging traffic signs and obstructing roadways in Ojota and Ikeja. Lagos State has intensified efforts to preserve civic infrastructure and ensure safety amid rising concerns over vandalism, particularly at busy junctions and commercial centers. The government has appealed to Lagosians to cooperate with law enforcement agencies by reporting any acts of vandalism or disturbances that threaten public safety. No fewer than 28 people have been infected by a rare disease in Adamawa State. Suleiman Bashir, chairman of the Adamawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, confirmed the outbreak today. Bashir said specimens from affected patients had been sent to the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and in Abuja for histology and further analysis, with results expected within 10 days. He disclosed that while 28 cases had been identified, only 8 victims accepted medical treatment at the Modibo Adama University Teaching Hospital, North Yola, despite the state government covering the cost. According to the report, the outbreak is most pronounced in Malabu, a community in Fufore local government area, where residents said the disease begins like a ball, bursts and gradually eats into flesh, damaging bones. One of the victims, Mrs. Phoebe Sabo, explained that the disease started as a boil before busting and leaving her with an open wound that destroyed her leg bones. The district head of Malabu, Aliyu Hamawa, said at least 30 persons have been affected, with some receiving care at Muth, while others remained in local facilities or at home. Troops Operation Fansayama have repelled separate terrorist attacks in parts of Sokoto State, rescuing the driver and preventing further abductions. Reports say the incidents occurred when troops from 8th Division on a fighting patrol along Sabon-Burning Issa Road engaged terrorists who attempted to block the route. The attackers were forced to flee after a gun battle, while troops rescued a driver conveying frozen fish and assisted in towing his vehicle to Sabon-Burning. According to reports, around 11:30 p.m., terrorists invaded Tunga Makara village in Wonu local government area, where they kidnapped 4 residents before fleeing. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Still to come after the break. Donald Trump warns Venezuelan jets against flying over U.S. naval ships. Temi Otedola drops father's name for Mr. Easy. And in sports, South Africa promises victory over Nigeria. These and more after the break. Stay tuned.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys?
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding.
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happen,
If it happens.
If it happen.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt. This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Rstv News at 3. Now to the rest of our news stories. Donald Trump has warned that if Venezuelans jets fly over U.S. naval ships and put them in a dangerous position, they will be shut down. The president warns coming after Venezuelan fueled military aircraft near a U.S. vessel off South America for the second time in 2 days. The report follows a U.S. strike against what Trump officials said was a drug-carrying vessel from Venezuela operated by a gang, killing 11 people. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has said that the U.S. allegations about his country are not true, and that differences between the nations does not justify a military conflict. Trump told his general standing beside him that he could do anything he wanted if the situation escalated. From the entertainment industry, Temi Otedola, actress and daughter of billionaire Femi Otedola, has set social media abuzz after officially changing her surname to Ajibade following her marriage to Nigerian singer Oluwatosin Ajibade, popularly known as Mr. Easy. Joyce Erimasera has the rest of the details.
The couple, who tied the knot in a series of lavish weddings across Monaco, Dubai and Iceland, showcased a blend of Nigerian tradition and global flair, from the Yoruba wedding to the intimate church ceremony. Their union was a celebration of heritage, family and love, followed by Temi's public adoption of her husband's name. This move, however, has reignited an old debate in Nigerian feminist circles, whether a woman should take her husband's surname or keep her maiden name. This exchange sparked a nationwide discourse on identity, culture and expectations placed on married women, a conversation that has now resurfaced with Temi Otedola's decision. Nollywood has been thrown into mourning following the death of Ayomiku Omobolanle, the only son of veteran actress Pedro Ogunmola. Ayomiku, who had recently completed his National Youth Service Corps, died at the age of 24. His sudden passing has left his family and colleagues devastated. Though initial reports suggested he died in a bathroom incident in the United States, the family dismissed the speculation. The family further disclosed that Ayomiku has been laid to rest at Eternal Rest Home Ibadan, as tributes poured in from fans across the world. US rapper and singer Post Malone has been forced to reschedule his 2 stadium shows in London because of planned tube strikes. The 30-year-old star was due to perform on Sunday, 7 September and Monday, 8 September at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but promoters Live Nation said no events license should be provided without adequate public transport. Instead, shows will take place on the 20th and 21st September, with refunds available for those who cannot attend the rescheduled dates. Members of the National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers (RMT) working on the London Underground are working out on Sunday evening until Friday morning over pay and working conditions. Joyce Erimasara, Rstv Entertainment News.
And in sports, the head coach of South Africa, Hugo Broos, has said they can confirm their qualification for the 2026 World Cup if they beat Nigeria next week. Royal Duco has more.
Bafana are now in a prime position to book their spot after they trashed Lesotho 3-0 on Friday. The result means they now have 16 points, 9 clear of the Super Eagles, who host Rwanda. South Africa could confirm qualification for next year's tournament with a win against Eric Chille's men. but bruised men would need both Benin Republic and Rwanda to drop points. Nigeria coach Eric Chelle has named Super Eagles star Ademola Lookman the best player in the world ahead of their World Cup qualifying game against Rwanda. Nigeria will play Rwanda in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State in a very important game for both countries. Lookman, who still holds the title of African Footballer of the Year, failed to complete a dream move to Inter Milan in the summer and has not played for the club or country since May 25, 2025. Chelle hailed Lookman while defending his decision to include the Atlanta forward in his squad for the matches, standing his ground in his pre-match press conference that Lookman remains the best player on the continent. Manchester United have put 3 of their players up for sale despite the conclusion of the English summer transfer window earlier this week. According to reports, the 3 Man United players are Altay, Bayinda, Andre Onana and Tyrell Malaysia. As a result, Man United are looking to part ways with either Onana or Bayinda this month after the arrival of Belgian goalkeeper Seny Lamens on transfer deadline day. The report added that United are still exploring ways to sell Malaysia, who is not part of manager Ruben Amorim's plans this season. Meanwhile, Onana has attracted interest from Turkish club Trabzonspor, while Malaysia almost joined Spanish side Elche on loan last week, but the deal fell apart. Royal Duco, Rstv Sports News.
Do you love and care about Rebel State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. That's it on our news at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Thanks for being part of it and have a lovely weekend. Good afternoon.
Rstv, bring you the news as it is.